Today I am going to discuss the full wave rectifiers. In previous classes we already discussed what is the rectifiers and how many types of rectifiers are there. So see here, the rectifier means which converts AC voltage to DC voltage, that is called the rectifiers. When we need the DC voltages, with help of these rectifiers we will be convert from AC to DC. So in these rectifiers we will be use the diodes. In case of full wave rectifiers, there are two types of bridges is there, center tapped bridge and bridge type rectifiers. In case of center tapped rectifiers, we are using two diodes. One diode will be conducting positive and one more diode will be conducting reverse bias conditions. In case of bridge type rectifier, there are we will be use the four diodes. So I will discuss how these center tapped rectifiers working principle and bridge type working principle. So now I will go to discuss the full wave rectifier bridge type. Now I will go to center tapped full wave rectifier. How the center tap full wave rectifier will be work. See the diagram of full wave rectifiers. Here the transformer is connected. So with help of this transformer we will be convert from input voltage to required voltage. How much amount of voltage will be convert from how much amount of voltage required for output side, that amount of voltage will be converted with help of this transformer. So here in this circuit, during positive half cycle, one transformer is connected and two diodes is connected and one resistance. So this diagram totally consists of transformer, diodes and load, the resistive load. See here, during positive half cycle, the diode 1 is conduct and diode 2 is off condition. Why the during positive half cycle diode 1 is conducting means the diode 1 will be in forward bias condition. What do you mean by forward bias condition? The forward bias condition means the positive terminal of the battery is connected to P region and negative terminal of the battery is connected to N region, that is called forward bias condition. So when we will be apply the forward bias condition, that means when our applied voltage exceeds more than breakdown voltage, when our applied voltage exceeds more than breakdown voltage, at that voltage the current sharply increased in forward bias condition, that is called breakdown voltage. So the breakdown voltage is, in case of germanium diode is 0.3 and silicon diode is 0.7 volts. Okay, so when the diode will be forward bias condition, see here in diagram, the positive terminal is connected to P region of the diode and negative terminal is connected to N type of the semiconductor. So the diode 1 will be forward bias condition. The diode 1 will be act as a forward bias condition when we will be apply the forward voltage. So when we apply the forward voltage, this diode 1 will be conduct. The diode 1 will be conduct means the current flowing through diode 1 only. So on that condition the diode 2 will be off condition. Off condition means the diode 2 will be act as a reverse bias. Okay, so see here, when in positive half cycle the current will be flowing from diode 1 positive, diode 1 load resistance and negative terminal. In this way the current will be flowing in forward bias condition. Okay, next in reverse bias condition. In reverse bias condition, the D1 will be off and D2 will be on. How it will be on means, reverse bias condition means we will be interchange the polarities of voltage, input voltage, otherwise we will be interchange the diode also. Okay, so now I am interchanging the polarities of voltage. In positive half condition, positive negative, positive negative. In reverse bias condition, negative positive, negative positive. See here, in reverse bias condition the negative is connected to, what is reverse bias condition, what is the reverse bias mode? The reverse bias modes means the negative terminal of the battery is connected to P region and positive terminal of the battery is connected to N region, that is called reverse bias mode. When the reverse voltage will be applied to the diode, okay, in case of PN junction diode in reverse bias condition, in reverse bias condition, the small amount of leakage current will be flowing in reverse bias condition voltage only after reverse breakdown voltage. Okay. Next, see here, in reverse bias condition, negative, the current will be flowing from the current will be flowing from D2. See here the negative terminal is given and positive terminal is given. So the current will be flowing from D2 to load resistance R and negative terminal of the battery. So in reverse bias condition, the D2 is on condition and D1 is the off condition. Why the D2 is on condition, D1 is off condition means the D1 will be reverse bias mode and reverse bias condition, and D2 is the forward bias condition. So in PN junction diode, in forward bias condition, the diode will be act as a good conductor. Okay, good conductor. Its depletion layer depletion layer is very less or thin, so the resistance of the depletion layer or space charge region is very less. So the flow of current freely through diode in forward bias condition. So in forward bias condition, the PN junction diode will be act as a good conductor. In reverse bias condition, the PN junction diode or normal diode will be act as a insulator. Why it will be act as a insulator in reverse bias condition means when the reverse bias voltage is applied to the PN junction diode, the space charge region or the depletion region is increased very large. So the space charge region or depletion layer is very large means the resistance, the potential barrier is very high. The resistance is very high. So when the resistance will be increased, when the resistance will be increased, the flow of current will be decreased. So in reverse bias conditions, the PN junction diode will be act as a insulators. So this is the full wave rectifier. In full wave rectifier, in positive cycle, D1 will be conduct, the current will be flowing through D1, and negative half cycle, the D2 will be conduct, the current will be flowing from D2. See the diagram also, the waveform. This is the waveforms of full wave center tap bridge rectifier, center tap rectifier. Next to full wave rectification bridge type rectifier. See before bridge type rectifier, see the output. See here, this is the input voltage. The input voltage, after breakdown voltage, the current will be flowing, the current will be conducting through PN junction diode. So see here the waveforms. This is the output, the output voltages and the input voltages. Next to the full wave rectifiers, bridge rectifier. So see here, the full wave rectifiers are two types. One is the center tap rectifier and bridge type rectifier. Okay, now I will going to discuss the bridge type rectifier. In bridge type rectifier, see this diagram is the bridge type rectifier. In this bridge type rectifier, it has four conductors are connected, four diodes are connected. See here, D1, D2, D3, D4. In bridge type rectifier, we are using four diodes, one transformer and one load, the resistive load. Okay, so here this is the transformer, this is the diodes. All the four diodes are formed like a bridge, that is called bridge rectifier. So here in this condition, during the positive half cycle, the two diodes will be act as a forward bias, and remaining two diodes will be act as a reverse bias. And during negative half cycle, two diodes will be act as a forward bias and two diodes will be act as a reverse bias. In positive, see here, now we will be explain which diode will be forward bias condition during positive half cycle and which diode will be reverse bias during positive half cycle. See here, during the positive half cycle, the polarities of the source are voltage, positive and negative. So during positive half cycle, D1 and D2 will be conducts. See here, during positive half cycle, D1 and D2 will be conducts. See here in diagram, the positive is connected to D1 anode side, and cathode. So the positive is connected to anode. D3 is positive is connected to cathode. So this is the D3 is the reverse bias and D1 is the forward bias. So the current flowing in PN junction diode allow the current only in forward bias condition only. So it allows the current in D1. Next, D4 is the reverse bias condition. It will be connected reverse. So the current flowing through load resistance. Next to D2 is the forward bias condition. Again the D2, the current flowing through D2 to transformer negative terminal. So the current path in positive positive terminal of the transformer D1, load resistance D2 and negative terminal of the transformer or source. Which type of source is connected to the bridge rectifier? Okay, so see here, in this way, in positive half cycle, the diode 1 and diode 2 will be conduct. That means it will be act as a forward bias condition, and it will be allow the flow of current through these diodes, and remaining D3 and D4 are off condition. See here, next to negative cycle. During the negative half cycle, D3 and D4 conducts. D3 and D4 conducts means these the two diodes are in forward bias condition, and D1 and D2 is the off. D1 and D2 is off means these two diodes are in reverse bias condition. Okay, reverse bias mode. So when we will be apply the reverse voltage, see here, the reverse voltage means in positive half cycle the terminal is positive negative. In negative half cycle the terminals of the source is negative and positive. Okay, negative and positive. So the current will be flowing from positive to, see here, the downside of the second figure, bridge type rectifier, the positive, the current flowing. So the D4, the positive is connected to D4. D4 will be forward bias condition, and D2 is the reverse bias condition, because this positive terminal is connected to cathode of D2, but here the positive terminal is connected to anode of D4. So the D4 is the forward bias condition. Next, the current flowing moving from D4 to load resistance. Why the current flowing in load resistance mean D1 is the cathode, so the D1 is the reverse bias condition with respect to positive terminal. So the current flowing from D4 to load resistance. Again D3, why D2 again the D2 again is the reverse bias condition. So the current flowing from load resistance to D3 and negative terminal of the battery. So during negative half cycle the current flowing from D4, positive terminal of the source, D4, load resistance D3 and negative terminal of the transformer. So in this way the bridge type rectifiers will be work during positive half cycle and negative half cycle. During positive half cycle, diode 1 and diode 2 will be conducts, and diode 3 and diode 4 will be off mode. Okay, during negative half cycle the reverse, it is the reverse of positive half cycle. In negative half cycle D3 and D4, diode 3 and diode 4 will be conducts. Means these two diodes are in forward bias conditions, and the current will be flowing through these diodes, and D1 and D2 is the off condition. D1 and D2 is the off condition means which oppose the flow of electric current, because these two diodes are in reverse bias condition. Okay, see the waveform also. The input voltage, we are giving the input voltage and output voltage. During positive half cycle D1 D2 will be conduct. During negative half cycle D3 and D4 will be conduct. In this way first half cycle is the D1 D2 due to D1 D2. Second half cycle is the D1 in output side D3 and D4. Again third half cycle D1 D2. Fourth half cycle D3 D4. In this way, with help of this bridge type rectifier, we will be convert from AC to DC voltage. A full wave center tap rectifier circuit is shown in figure above figure. Assume that for each diode the cut-in voltage V gamma is 0.6 and diode of forward 0.6 means that is the silicon diode. Okay, so this is the full wave rectifiers, bridge type full wave rectifiers and center tap full wave rectifiers. So say here we are using two types of full wave rectifiers. One is the center tap rectifier and one more is the bridge type rectifier. What is the difference between these center tap rectifiers and bridge type rectifiers? See here, in case of center tap rectifiers, we are using only two diodes. As compared to bridge type rectifiers. In case of bridge type rectifier, we are using 4 diodes. So as compared to the center tap rectifier. So here the cost of the center tap full wave rectifier is less as compared to bridge type rectifiers. In case of full wave rectifier, bridge type full wave rectifier, we are using 4 diodes. Okay, that 4 diodes, the cost will be high as compared to center tap rectifiers, full wave rectifiers. As compared to half wave and full wave, say here in half wave rectifier we are using only one diode. In half wave rectifier we are using only one diode. So with help of that one diode we will be convert only one positive half cycle. The remaining negative half cycles are 0. So the efficiency of half wave rectifier is only 40.6 of the half wave rectifiers, because we are converting only one half cycle, that is the positive half cycle is converted from AC to DC. All negative half cycles are 0. So that's why the half wave rectifier efficiency is only 40.6. In case of full wave rectifiers, the efficiency is 80.2, because with help of these full wave rectifiers we will be convert from both positive half cycle and negative half cycles. So the efficiency will be 80.2 in center tap full wave rectifiers, and bridge type rectifier efficiency also 80.2. Okay, only the cost is different. So what is the main applications of these rectifiers means? Actually in electrical system the generating voltage is AC in nature. All the generating voltages are in AC in nature. So we will convert from that AC voltage, that generating AC voltage to DC voltage means we will be convert that AC to DC with help of these rectifiers. So these rectifiers using diodes. Okay, so if which electrical component require the DC voltages, we will convert with help of this rectifier from AC to DC. Okay.